Okay, I have a question for you. It's a pop quiz. I don't know the answer to it. Who is the leader in the 49ers locker room? Who is the leader of this team? And it's not a coach. I'm talking a player.
Yeah. The leader, the guy who I think everybody follows is Debo Samuel. I think he's definitely one of the he's the
I
kind of the
agree.
heartbeat. I don't know if they, he's not even a raw guy. I don't think. I just think it's because of the way that he plays and people follow. They always want to follow the best player.
Yes, I think so too. It seems to me that he is the best player, arguably, but also like the most competitive. I mean, he was the
Mhm.
one that was like sobbing when they lost. And now Nick Bosa sobbed in the Super Bowl too. Those two are both very competitive. It's just there's something about Bosa. He could be the leader on this team. It just doesn't seem like it's his temperament. He's more of like, I'm in my own world. I'm doing my job. He's almost like Clay Thompson. Like, don't talk to me. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just really good at what I do. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's just there's something. Uh, I don't know. There's something that seems like Debo is the heartbeat. He's the. I don't know. He's the leader of the team. He
Yeah,
is.
he is the leader. And then you're right. The what you said about Bosa, he's the quiet guy who just kind of goes out there and even when he talks in his press conferences, he's quiet and whatever. I don't know how loud he is on the field. I think he's relatively quiet on the field too.
Yeah.
He lets his play speak for himself, and it's so I know it's Debo Samuel, Fred Warner maybe on the defensive side, and it's gonna be fun to watch how Trey Lance develops into that position as well.
Right, because in the past it was Jimmy Garoppolo. Every player on the team would say it. He's the quarterback. He had a natural leadership about him that he learned in New England, but he can't be the leader if he's the backup quarterback. And Trey Lance can't be the leader until he wins the job.
Mhm.
And really, Debo Samuel is so much better at his job than both of them that he is the leader of this team. And I think that's something that the front office should think about because Buckner was the leader of this team for a while too, and I don't think they cared. They didn't really put any stock into that. They shipped him off and they felt Armstead's pretty just as good. Well, Armstead's not a leader. And Kinlaw's almost as good. Well, I don't know. Maybe leadership does matter at a certain point.
No, I think it does, and you want your quarterback to be the leader. That's the guy that
Sure.
you want to be it. But when you're going through a transition like what they're going through, it's for Lance has to win games in order to become the leader. I think you can't just become the leader because of your position. So that's why right now I'd put Debo Samuel as the top one for the 49ers with Warner probably second. Warner's the one who's usually the loudest, and I think he's the one that's out there before the games breaking them down and everything like that. But definitely, I think it's Debo number one, and that's who they look to, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, Warner's great, but like he's not the same level of impact player as Debo. He can talk, he can be sort of like the coach on the field, but in terms of like who are players looking to, like, are we going to win this week? How does Debo look? Okay, I think we got it. Now, I don't
Mhm.
think it's as Kittle as much. I mean, Kittle is very animated and he's very marketable, but I don't think he's necessarily like the leader of the team. I think he's also kind of off in his own world to a degree as well.
Yeah, I agree with you on there. That's accurate.
The last person I would put in the conversation is Trent Williams, and I think he does have natural leadership. I think everyone on the team looks up to him. He has this like extreme confidence that everyone can feel. And he's not a rah-rah guy, but it's him and Debo coming out first in the tunnel, right? It's like
Hmm.
those are the two best players, the two to me, those are the two alphas on the team. I don't know what an alpha means, but those are the two alphas on the team. And I don't know why we need to say it, but
Yeah,
it's interesting that when it's not the quarterback. And the Niners have put together this really good team. You could say that John and Kyle are really good at putting together a team, but the fact that it's year 6 and they're still trying to figure out the quarterback position is surprising.
yeah. Well, they thought they had their guy, and then after a couple of years of injuries, they realized they didn't. So
Yeah.
they're readjusting there. But yeah, I would say based like what you said, it's definitely Debo, Trent Williams. They're the two alpha dogs, and everybody else is the den mates.